Back
and live
Saturday night.
Yeah, Saturday Night Live. Snarf Talk.
How about it?
Man, I wonder if that's copyrighted. We should use that.
We should. And we are live. Hey,
Perfect. Did it work the first time?
it worked the first time. I feel like our internets have been working much better recently.
It has been working a lot better. Ever since I started getting involved, and plugging the cord in. When I plugged the cord. Ever since I've been doing that.
You are pretty good at plugging the cord in.
I'm good at plugging things in. Okay? I'm plugged into the news. I'm plugged into the, cultural zeitgeist.
Are you?
Oh, yeah.
I hope that you can put that on display tonight.
Maybe. I don't know if I want to give away my secrets, Christopher.
No, we're live. I don't know if anybody's listening, but welcome.
Dirk already gave us a thumbs up.
Hey.
So he's involved.
He's probably in a combine somewhere.
Yeah. That seems to be a trending thing nowadays around the area.
Yeah, this is it's been the week to start, I guess.
Yes.
I just got started.
All the peer pressures get you started.
I guess yesterday. But I didn't really get anything appreciable done yet. I did kind of get started today a little more.
You got to work out the kinks, man.
Takes
a couple days to get the kinks ironed out,
A lot of kinks. Got some corn in, got the dryer running.
This is only the second year you ran the dryer in, like, how long?
Like a decade.
Yeah, because I remember last year when you made that perfect TikTok, was like the first time you were running it in years.
Since 2009, I believe.
So it
started on fire in 2009, and we never used it again after that.
What is the reason for that? Like, why did you go so long without using it, and then now all of a sudden you're like, hey, I have this dryer over there. Why don't I use it?
Well, to be honest, I probably won't even use it that much this year. I got it started, but now I'm going to switch on to beans. I did some beans this afternoon. They're ready, so I'm going to be on that for a while. By the time I get done with beans, it'll probably be dry enough to put them in a bed.
Yeah.
So I'm set up a lot for air dry, which basically means you dump the corn into a bin and you blow air over it.
Yeah, through it.
And I have a computer-controlled system that turns the fans on and off depending on the...
They're not heated. They're
not heated. Just
air.
So that works really well, but under about 21 moisture.
Oh, so if it's over 21, it really doesn't bring out the moisture quick enough?
I mean, it does, but it might not get all the way dry before it gets too cold.
Right, because that's what you're really... like racing is temperatures.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say racing. It still dries when it's colder, but obviously when it's warmer, it dries better. So if it's 80 degrees outside and you're blowing air over that, I mean, it's going to dry pretty quick. So generally, we have never had a problem air drying everything we need. Also, it's way easier because you just fill a bin. You don't have to wait on a dryer. It's a lot simpler.
And it's very cost effective.
Yeah, it's cost effective, and it also has really good quality corn at the end. But, I had always used a stirrator bin to dry corn to start because it's always wetter when you get started, taking off headlands and stuff like that. And that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Stirrators are terrible. So I decided, I'm going to get this dryer running again. So I basically went through it and fixed a lot of it, got it running again. And I'll use it more than I probably want to, but
yeah. That was so this dryer that we're talking about was the linchpin on whether or not we were recording tonight, but you're going to trust that it works.
Well,
so if we hear a lot of like crashing sounds of like things raining down and Chris bolts out of the room, you can just assume the podcast is over for the night.
I just got it started at like noon today, and it died probably 6 times already.
But you resuscitated it.
Yeah. So I'm hoping now I can let it go for the 2 hours that we're going to do this podcast. And then when I walk out there,
just restart it.
It'll either be done and the wet bin will be empty, or it will be broken and there won't be corn all over the ground.
Right. That would be ideal.
You set it to automatic, and worst case scenario, usually everything just shuts off.
Right.
So we'll see how it goes.
With a leg full of corn?
No, there's no corn. There would be no corn in the leg.
Well, what's feeding the dryer then?
The leg. But if the dryer stops, it just continues to cycle back into the wet bin.
It'll overflow into the wet bin?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
And that system works great. It only turns on the auger from the wet bin when it needs corn.
Right.
That never breaks.
Okay.
Typically.
So it's just the dryer physically drying, like running, drying.
I don't know what is going on, why it stopped a bunch of times today. It's like electrical blips or something. And
Blippy?
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
One thing gets out of whack, and it just shuts everything down. It's very temperamental. But Dirk has been...
like a fine woman.
Just got done shopping on Thursday. I didn't think we were too much ready yet. A couple days ago, I tried beans. They were like 20%. And then today, lo and behold, they were running 12%. And then corn, I had a field of corn that was pretty dry, 19.5%, but wasn't very good. Just disappointed.
Yeah. That's what you say.
Heard a lot of big numbers this year, but this one field in particular.
Yeah, this very one small sample size that you have
was very disappointing. But the beans I've been in have been really good, so I'm sick.
Really? Where did you start beans? Like close by?
Yeah, right across the road.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
It's so nice that your fields are like all right around each other, except for Dwight.
Yeah. It's fortunate.
It's very fortunate.
Dirk said stirrators are garbage. I agree. Stirrators are the worst thing invented by mankind. And I have said this for years.
Now, the premise of them is pretty good. I mean, the idea of it is good, but there just needs to be...
Right?
But there just needs to be... So if any of you don't know, like I don't know, we have millions of people that listen to this podcast, and probably, at least half of them don't know what a stirrator is. So you should probably explain that. It's on a track. They're little augers. They go into the corn.
Really care?
Yeah, of course they do. And they spin, and it brings corn from the bottom up to the top.
Yeah, they're a mechanism by which it flip-flops the corn in the bin. It takes the corn off the bottom, puts it on the top, so that you can continually move corn to the bottom of the bin where the hot air is blowing on it, so you don't overcook the bottom.
Yep.
And you dry the whole bin. But they're very finicky.
Yeah. It's just the engineering.
I don't know why somebody can't make a better one. But they can't. Nobody can do it.
Yeah, I don't get it. Every single one of them fails all the time. And, you got to start them at a certain time. Like you start filling the bin, you got to start them at a certain time so they don't get stuck. But then you keep filling the bin, and it's no matter what, one of them is just going to
every morning when I was running the stirrator bin. This is why I revived the dryer. I started using the stirrator bin because I hated the dryer so much.
Yeah.
And then I spent 10 years hating the stirrator so much that I switched back
now you
to the
revived the dryer.
The stirrator, every morning when I would get here, it would be broken. And it's such a pain in the ass to fix. I mean, it's hard, like physically hard.
Yeah.
Because you're hauling ladders up to the top of the bin, dropping them in, getting down in there, getting the ladder set up, which everything you do is difficult.
Yeah.
And you're getting up on top.
Especially like walking around in grain and trying to set a ladder up in grain.
Yeah. It's just... Dirk says the newer Nico ones are much better. I've not heard that. I don't know if that's true.
I've never even heard of them.
I have.
Necco wafers, the little candies. They got into the stirrator business.
Yeah.
Have you ever had those?
They're not what you're calling them, though.
Yeah, they are.
Nella wafers?
No, there's Necco wafers. They're little round discs of candy that are different colors.
Communion?
Like the original sweet tart almost.
No.
They're older. They come in like a wax paper package. Look them up.
Danny says, everybody's smoking deer and wrecking their cars, Jerry.
I didn't know that. I met a guy tonight at Casey's that shot a doe because it's opening day for bow season, but I'm pretty sure he means people coming to work are hitting deer. Hopefully that's not the case. Stay safe, Dan.
Dirk said, would still rather have someone put hot pins under my fingernails. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I got friends that got like 10 stirrator bins that they're always running around baby, and I can't do it. A stirrator, from David, in theory, is designed so that essentially every kernel is touched and moved by one of the screws in each cycle. Yeah.
Yep.
We already said that.
Yeah, from the bottom to the top, top to the bottom.
It's just, there's several different mechanisms at play. There's a motor on the outside that's moving it around the track. Mm-hmm. There's a cable and a trolley on the inside that, as it does that, is moving. And then it's got motors turning the actual stirrators. And all of these things have to be in like perfect
alignment.
It's going
around and left and right.
as grain is falling on top of it.
Yeah,
and it's unbelievably hot and humid in the top of the bin. There's like water dripping from
because of the air blowing all that hot.
It's a bad situation. It's not a good place for mechanisms to work.
Yeah, you've said that word a lot. Mechanisms. It's great. Yeah, you've said it quite a few times about it. But yeah, and then do you like not fill the bin up all the way because it's there?
Yeah, you can't.
You can't fill it up over it unless you just don't want to use it anymore.
Yeah, if you got really dry corn, you can bury it, but I don't.
You never bury it?
No. So you lose a couple thousand bushels of storage.
Yeah, that sucks too.
Yeah. I'm going to take it out. I'm going to take it out, Jerry.
Yeah, take it out, Chris.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Show it who's boss.
Yeah.
Because now the dryer works perfectly. Flawlessly.
David said Necco wafers are a Cracker Barrel store staple.
I don't remember them in Cracker Barrel, but I remember seeing them. I remember seeing them at the market, Mazan Market, as a child. As a young child.
Cracker Barrel is my probably second least favorite restaurant in the history of mankind.
Okay, so
it's so bad.
It's not that bad. No,
terrible.
It's not.
B, I don't like paying $20 for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Why are you getting a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Have. Bullshit like that.
No, I really do not understand the hate for Cracker Barrel. I really don't. I think their breakfast is great. Their syrup is amazing because it's like real syrup.
Let me explain to you
the food.
Why
you ever had a meatloaf there? Oh man, meatloaf's good.
I have, and it's not.
It is good.
Okay. Problems
I haven't eaten there in a long time, but
problems I have with Cracker Barrel. One, I hate the little store thing. I hate that you got to walk through the store thing.
I like it.
I hate it. I hate the like down home folksy religious thing going on there. Like I don't need that shoved into my face.
What's the religious thing?
Oh, it's like super religious. All the stuff in that store is like
no, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
What is the
Not
Slinkies?
That I have anything against any religion. It's just a very
the Slinkies and the joke toys, and I'm sure at one point they had Big Dog shirts in there.
I don't know. It does. There is.
I don't remember that. I just remember looking at all the those little puzzle games.
It has a distinct evangelical bent to it.
You got to get the two triangles off each other, or like those little metal puzzles. Game? Well, the peg game obviously is a staple.
I'm a fan of the peg game. That's fine, but they never have all the pegs in them. Nobody walks around and maintains the peg games.
They really don't. They need to, but they also have the little area by the fireplace. You could play big checkers. It's wonderful.
Nobody does that.
Yeah, kids do it all the time.
First of all,
every time I go there, somebody's playing checkers.
Let me finish my list.
Okay.
I hate the store. I hate the folksy down home religious angle to it. 3, the food is terrible. 4, it's way overpriced.
It's not terrible. I don't remember the pricing. I would probably agree with that, the pricing aspect of it. But man, I like their breakfasts a lot.
Second least favorite restaurant of all time.
It's definitely not mine.
Can I ask what the number 1 is?
Yeah.
A restaurant that I have vowed I will never step foot into again.
Really?
Never in my life.
Okay. Can you give me a hint? Because I kind of want to guess it.
Yes.
I want to guess
You
this.
should guess. Okay. Ask your questions. You get some questions. You get 5 questions.
5 questions. Is it local around here? Like, would it be something that I would go to?
It's not immediately local to this area. It's not in Grundy County, if that's what you mean.
Oh, okay. That doesn't help me at all. Is it like a fast food place or a sit-down restaurant?
Sit down.
Sit-down restaurant. Perkins.
No, I love Perkins. Does
that count
as one of your questions?
Huh? Oh, how many do I get?
5.
Oh, I got 5 questions? That's it?
Yeah. I give you 5 questions and 3 guesses. So you've used 1 guess.
Yeah, I did use 1 and 2 questions. Okay. Is it in the same realm as like a family restaurant?
These are terrible questions.
No, they're not.
Is it a family restaurant? Sure.
Like a diner type atmosphere.
No, it is not like a diner.
Because that's what I mean, like by a Perkins. Like that style of restaurant.
It's not like that. No.
Oh, okay. It's not like that.
It's not like a Perkins, Denny's type diner
Yeah.
place. No.
Okay.
I love Denny's and Perkins. Perkins has great pie. I used to study at Perkins when I was in college. I didn't do much studying, but if I did to do some studying, it was at Perkins. We'll get to the comments. We're way behind on comments. We're going to go through all of them.
No, I just wanted to see if anybody was giving me any ideas of what I could ask for my last question.
So you get 2 more questions.
Okay. It says we're not live for some reason. Let me think. Maybe I'm assuming it's a chain restaurant, right?
Is that a question?
Yes.
It's a chain restaurant.
It is a chain restaurant. It's not in Grundy County, though.
And it's sit down. That was one of the questions.
Yeah, you said it's sit down, and it's a chain restaurant.
There's so many to choose from now, and you only have one.
I know.
You got 2 more guesses, though. Oh, the internet. What is going on?
Is it Applebee's?
Yes, it's Applebee's.
Yes. I was going to say Chili's, but then I was like, no, because Chili's is in Morris, so it's got to be something similar to that.
Applebee's is my least favorite restaurant in the world. I refuse to go there.
I don't disagree with that at all. If I was thinking about it, I think the worst meal I've had at a sit-down restaurant that is a chain was Applebee's in Joliet.
It's always terrible. B, the main reason I hate Applebee's is because their advertisements, the food looks amazing.
Oh, so good.
And you go there,
so good,
and it is the worst hot garbage that exists in humanity.
So Chili's has turned into that for me as well. And I honestly,
Chili's is awful as well.
I would almost rank them the same at this point. For a while, I thought Chili's was great. So
Joel said Chili's, but he probably doesn't know that there's one in Grundy County. Maybe.
Yeah, he should know, seeing as how he knows it's in Morris. He just doesn't know his counties. Dummy.
CJ says, I bet Harf is a Waffle House fan. I mean,
I like Waffle House.
I don't have a problem with Waffle House. I like Waffle House.
The last time I went to Waffle House was probably 15 years ago, and it was fine.
Overrated a bit.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit overrated. But
so David and I have this novelty over Waffle House because of an Anthony Bourdain episode of
right.
What was it? No Reservations, or I don't remember which one it was. He'll tell me, but it's a great episode of him at a Waffle House. You could absolutely tell Anthony Bourdain was not impressed by any of the food whatsoever.
Right.
And he was just like going along with what the chef was talking about. But it's a great episode. And I would love to go back there just to try their food. Because like I said, I haven't been there in a long time. But I think it's better than what people remember.
Dirk says, the only thing to eat at Applebee's is the garlic mashed potatoes. Oh, David said, parts unknown Charleston.
Yeah, with Sean Brock. Yeah.
Okay, let's go back here because we got a bunch of stuff.
Adam said Bob Evans.
I like Bob Evans.
I kind of like Bob Evans.
Down on the farm?
Yeah.
I'm a Bob Evans
Their
fan.
rolls.
Now, I haven't been to one in probably 25 years.
So my dad just went to one recently, and he brought me the rolls back from him because I was obsessed with those when I had went, and still amazing. He brought home a box of them and just gave them to me, and I was eating them. Amazing. Absolutely love them.
So anyway, going way back, Asturator in reality is a long-term scan to sell long screws. Sensors quit all the time and screws break constantly. That's true. Adam says, off topic, you guys need to see Megadeth if you haven't. Like the band?
Yeah, he just went last night.
I'm not into that kind of music, but Jerry is.
I definitely am, and I already had the conversation with him that I would like to go.
Have you been seeing getting nonstop? Oh yeah, because we share the same TikTok.
We do.
Nonstop TikTok.
We're two grown men that share a TikTok
of Rammstein.
Yes, absolutely, nonstop, and he's so old. The lead singer is so old.
Like he's dead.
He does. I mean, he looks like he has problems walking around.
But everybody's just talking about how amazing it is. And
the show it's like one of the most expensive shows to put on.
Well, it's crazy. He's got a flamethrower backpack.
Yeah, and the whole stage is rigged up with flames.
There's so many explosions, but he looks like he's going to die.
He's got paint on his face, too, though. Like gray paint. They're
looks
weird.
So terrible.
They are.
But everybody is freaking out. Like, they're crying. They're like, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life.
Well, the big deal about it is that they haven't been in the U.S. for
this was
tour.
In Mexico. A lot of them were in Mexico that I was watching.
Oh, well, they did come to the U.S. for a tour, and they hadn't been here for like 20 years or something. So it was a big deal.
Oh, dude said Chris is correct about Cracker Barrel. See?
Oh, a lot of people hate it, and that's my point. Like, I don't get where the hate comes from because I don't think it's that bad. Applebee's is absolutely worse than that. I think Chili's at this point is worse than that. But I will say I haven't been to a Cracker Barrel in a long time.
David said Cracker Barrel has one redeeming item: the bacon breakfast sandwich on sourdough with mayo and tomato.
Sounds good. That sounds good.
But he said the shirts are a knockoff of Big Dog. It's actually Big God. Is that true?
Is that true? No,
I told you it was the evangelical place.
If that's true, I've just been blind to it, I guess, because I've really never noticed it, ever.
CJ said, I've heard some of the Cracker Barrels serve beer. I doubt that.
And Andy says if they served alcohol, it'd make up for their shitty food. I don't know if I've really been there much for like dinner or lunch, but their breakfasts are always spot on.
So, okay, we talked about this before the show started. David critiquing my diet here.
Yes.
Well, as if it's my diet, right?
In the last 48 hours, which is the start of your harvest.
Yeah, I have had Hershey bars, Jack's Pizza hot dogs, and other toddler food. He has no credibility on the topic. I mean, all of that is true about what I've eaten, but that is not like all I eat in my life. That's just what I have gotten brought to me in the field, so that's what I ate.
You know, you really need to start packing your lunch in the morning.
I don't want to.
Why?
I'd rather just not eat.
Yeah, but then you end up eating something terrible.
Well, I mean, point being, people can eat a hot dog.
Yeah, I don't know what
and still have credibility in their life and not be a toddler.
Right. And Jack's Pizza.
Like, people eat that stuff.
David's probably wolfing down a Jack's Pizza right now.
He's probably eating a Jack's Pizza with ranch right now.
And some other funeral dinner mush out of a crock pot.
All right, where are we behind? I have eaten at multiple Waffle Houses while working in Texas. They all suck unless you're drunk. I mean, I don't like their waffles that much, but the rest of it is just basic breakfast diner food.
That's all it is, yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's spectacular, but it's certainly not bad. I don't think. Dirk says, I agree with just not eating lunch. Yeah,
I don't eat. Normally, when I fast, which I'm going to start doing, I don't eat breakfast at all. So I won't eat after 8 o'clock or ingest any sort of calories after 8 o'clock, and then I won't eat until the next day, like afternoon. So you get at least 16 hours in. But I feel like I need to switch that because I fucking love breakfast. I just love breakfast food. I want to eat it. I don't care about lunch. I like lunch.
Well, maybe you'll just be able to get this because we have had breakfast before. But when I go to breakfast, I only order one thing.
I know. It's silly.
What is it?
At McDonald's?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, like at any restaurant. At a restaurant. Like a diner.
I don't know then. You only order one thing?
Yeah.
I know we have went to breakfast before, but I don't know.
5 guesses.
Jesus. Okay. Is it an omelet?
No.
Okay.
Wait, you got 5 questions and 3 guesses. That's one of your guesses.
Okay. I'm trying to think. It's something simple, I'm sure. Because you're a rather simple fellow.
I'm a simple kind of man.
Is it a skillet?
No, I hate skillets.
You hate skillets, okay.
I do not like skillets. That's a question. I don't like skillets because they're filled with grease.
A lot of them are.
I can't handle it.
They're just too much.
I don't like greasy foods too much.
I like some skillet. The only skillet I ever get is the hash and egg skillet at the Morris Pancake House. Really great. Because I love corned beef hash. And
this is hilarious. Dirk said, I don't eat all day and then consume 3,600 calories from 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. Honestly,
follow me for more great lifestyle choices.
To me, that's like the ideal because I don't even get hungry until nighttime. Like I could not eat all day. Now I'll get hungry. If I don't eat all day, I'll get hungry like 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I love, like I'm ravenously hungry at like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, but that's if you go to sleep right after that, that's not good.
No, I know, but that's when I'm hungry. It's like my body is hungry then.
Well, I know, but that's why
hungry for breakfast or lunch.
But that's the problem. That's why you need to take in something earlier to try to stop that later.
Yeah, I mean coffee works real.
Yeah, coffee works real.
So anyway, you got more guesses. You used your skillet and something.
Okay.
Else.
Well, I only had one question and one guess.
Okay.
So far. Next question: is it the standard style fare of like bacon and eggs type stuff?
No. I don't think you would consider it standard fare.
My guess is then biscuits and gravy.
No.
Oh, man, I love biscuits and gravy. So it's like a syrupy something? Something syrupy?
Is that a question?
Yeah.
No.
It's not syrupy either.
No.
You don't consider it standard fare.
No.
What in the hell could that be then?
You've got
I really don't know.
2 more guesses.
Yeah, I really don't know.
Maybe ask about ingredients.
Okay. Okay, what are the ingredients?
No, you can't. You got to ask if it has certain ingredients.
Does it have eggs?
Yes. You got 1 more question. 2 more guesses.
Does it have potatoes?
No.
And this is at like a sit-down restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
And it has eggs. It wasn't an omelet.
No.
It's not a skillet.
Correct.
So it's just like bacon and eggs.
No, it's not standard fare. I said that.
Yeah, you did. A quiche.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
That's what I get. Mini quiches.
Yeah, little mini quiches.
No, it's not a quiche.
That's my last guess.
All right. I get eggs Benedict.
Damn it.
Every
did
time.
know that.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, and it didn't even dawn on
It's
me.
the only thing I order for breakfast. And any kind. I'll have crab
true.
cakes Benedict. I'll have spinach. My favorite is like spinach and, stuff like that.
The Florentine.
Florentine. Yeah.
Yeah. It's Eggs Benedict is probably the greatest
Yeah, see, Dirk got it.
breakfast. It's really good. So the reason I bring all that up is because we've embarked on a little bit of a
that's
challenge, right?
That's a Snarf announcement. Or is it? Well,
Snarf announcements.
it's October 1st today.
It is.
So anybody can join in.
Yes, anybody is allowed to join in with this. We are doing what we are completely ripping off of from the Joe Rogan.
Give the background story.
The background story of what? There's not much story there.
Well, David.
So, yes, Mr. Seedentop had texted me once and then texted us as a group and said that we should do what's called Sober October, where you try to lose weight and you are completely clean from any sort of substance through the entire month. I was immediately against this.
Wait, I didn't know any substance.
Just
like no heroin?
Yeah, you can't do heroin either.
Nikes.
I know. I had to give up fentanyl. That's the rough one.
I guess now that I know that.
Yeah, it's just October 1st.
Okay.
You're okay. Just don't, heat up a spoon tonight.
Okay.
And you'll be all right.
But yeah, we ripped it off of Joe Rogan, obviously.
Yeah, it's a Joe Rogan thing that he did with his comedian buddies, Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura, Ari Shaffir. They all did it as a competition, but they did it more as a workout-based competition where they were like measuring how much workouts they did.
Right.
We're not doing that because I'm not going to work out at all. But I will try. I will lose weight, and I will not drink any alcohol.
Which is why we're not drinking tonight.
Which is why we're not drinking tonight. I got water. I had to have a, one of these things get me jacked, ready to rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're not doing any of that. And it's the first day. If anybody else wants to join, you're more than welcome to join in with us and let us know how it goes, I guess. But we're going to be talking about it every day because Chris said he has to know every meal that we eat every day of October.
That was a joke because all we've been talking about the last 2 days is like every time anybody eats anything, we're texting each other. Right. And I'm like, I just want to make sure that we're all going to, and David's like, I'm on board. So that's what we're doing.
Oh, yeah.
For at least another day until everybody gets sick of it.
Right, until I forget on Monday.
But I'm excited. I mean,
that's what I was going to get at.
I don't think I'll do a lot of working out, but I generally just lose weight during harvest anyway.
Sure.
Because I don't eat as much, and I'm
constantly moving and climbing and fixing things that are broken.
Yeah, so there's a lot of climbing bins and stuff like that,
which is not necessarily easy to do all the time.
No,
I was very against this right off the bat.
You were horribly against.
Oh, I was like, this is dumb. This is stupid. I want no part of it.
It's really odd that the immediate
I know
overnight. Because we left it one night, and you were just repeatedly like, this is idiotic thing, I'm not doing it. And the next morning, you're like telling us what the plan is.
What my plan was.
What happened to make that happen?
Literally, I don't know. I went to sleep and then woke up with a completely different attitude about it. Because that night, I was just like, no, I don't want to do that. Like,
Wait,
I want to drink
that
beer.
night?
No, I wasn't at the time, which I should have been. But I was like, I don't want to, like, I want to have beer. I want to, do whatever I want. But then I started thinking about, like, that's super selfish of me, and it's literally 1 month. So the next morning when I woke up and I was driving to work, I was thinking about it, and I was like, no, like, why don't I do that? I've been bitching about it, like, my weight, like, being overweight and clothes not fitting, and I've been complaining about it for a long time. And I had just started, like, fasting again and watching my diet because I lost, like, 13 or 14 pounds within, 6 weeks. And then I stopped doing it again just because I got lazy. So I started thinking about it, and I was like, no, why don't I do this? Like, this is stupid. I should absolutely do this. I would have multiple people doing it with me, so it's a lot easier, like, for, what's the word I'm trying to say? Like,
camaraderie?
No, like where you check in with other people, like, to keep you honest.
Yeah.
There's a word for that. Why can't I think of it? Whatever, doesn't matter. But I'd have people to, like, talk to about what's going on, and I also like competitions and challenges where I don't want to lose, so I can't drink because that would immediately make me lose.
CJ said sober October during harvest sounds like a horrible idea. I disagree. It actually is easy because
accountability, partner. That's right, Joel. That's exactly what I was trying to think of.
I think it'd be easy because it's not like I'm going out and, like, on the town during October.
Right.
I'm working all the time, so it's super easy for me.
That's what I was thinking. It's almost unfair for you guys because you can literally just sit in a combine all day.
Yeah.
And not go anywhere.
I was thinking about this, and David said spoons stay cold until November 1st.
What? Spoons stay cold until November 1st.
The heroin spoons.
Got it. Now I get it. Because of your heroin.
All right. So I was thinking about this, and we'll see how it goes this month. But then I was thinking about what we could do in November, and I was trying to think of a clever wordplay, like sober October, but for November.
Well, there is one.
What?
You want me to say it?
Sure.
No Nut November.
Okay. I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's a thing. People do it.
But I was thinking about it, and I'm like, if we can continue after that, but with, like, a limit on alcohol.
A limit on what we can and cannot drink?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking about. Like, no shitty, no like, light beer.
No light beer November? No.
Or no beer at all. Like, you can only have 2 drinks a day, but they have to be like a cocktail.
But what would be the purpose of that?
I don't know. It's something to keep you accountable. Something fun.
Yeah.
Something interesting.
Accountable to drink something different every day.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it could be. It could be like fun coming up with, like, different cocktails that you can
Yeah. I'm not good at that.
No.
But then I'd have to buy a bunch of different types of liquor in order to do that.
I got a lot of different types of liquor.
That's because you're an alcoholic.
It's because I inherited a full bar worth of, like, 1970s liquor from my great uncle.
Really?
Yeah, like every kind of schnapps that you could imagine.
Man,
in
love
those
a good
bottles
schnapps.
that are, like, probably 40 years old.
That was a big thing. People loved schnapps back in the day.
Oh, Alan Schaefer coming out.
Albone.
Chris, this is one of the worst ideas I've ever heard.
It wasn't our idea, actually. It was David's.
Wait, which one? He's right about it. The November thing isn't an idea. I'm just trying to come up with an idea.
I'm just spitballing, brainstorming, man.
If you mean the sober October thing, that was not my idea.
No, that was all David forcing us to do it.
No, I was all about it. I think
you were on board right away. I was not. I told him multiple times, but no, I am now. We're gonna do it. Today's been the first day. I've already had
we all weighed in this morning.
I've had multiple people invite me to go to Cornfest.
You can go to Cornfest. You don't have to drink.
That's hard. I don't want to put myself in the situation of it though.
Oh.
Around everyone else drinking, I don't like that. I wouldn't have fun with that.
Really?
Not on the first day, no.
Well, anyway,
because I would be too easy for me to say, like.
Oh, Alan says the cocktails only idea. I don't know. My whole thought on that was just like, okay, if you're gonna do a thing where you're, like, limited to 2 drinks a day.
Yeah.
Well, like Miller Lite isn't satisfying, but you can have 2 good, like, Manhattans.
Oh yeah, That'd be delightful.
And you get a little buzz on. It's delightful. It's classy.
Yeah, it is very classy.
That's what I'm about.
Who are you going to show your class to, though?
I don't know. Manhattans, old fashions.
I love an old fashioned.
Maybe a Paloma.
Palomas are good. Seed and Top brought those to 4th of July. Remember?
What's the one drink? I do remember. It had that spice on it that everybody kept saying the name over and over and over again.
Tahine.
I'd never heard of this in my life, and then all of a sudden, everybody's saying it. It's like the slides thing. Stretch is my spring stretcher. I've done this before, but you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. The slides.
Nobody in the world ever said the word slide in reference to a sandal.
Correct.
And then all of a sudden, everybody was saying it. And whenever I brought it up that nobody had ever said this before, everybody's like, yeah, I've been saying that for years. And I'm like, nope. Nobody ever said it before.
Yeah, I really hadn't heard it before either. Honestly, Amy started saying it to Grady to get his slides. And I remember saying, what is that?
Because you've never heard it before, but everybody's acting like it's a thing that everybody's been saying for decades.
No. It just started happening.
It drives me crazy. David said you could offer to drive them home. Yeah, you could. You could be the DD at Cornfest.
Yeah.
That'd be smart.
That would be very smart. I'm just not going to go tonight because we're podcasting.
Oh, we kept saying it because Marley was pronouncing it and mispronouncing it, and we were poking fun. That's true. I do remember that. But it isn't just that interaction, David. After that, I ran across Tahine a bunch of other times.
I tell you what, on a flank steak, you could buy a flank steak and put some tahine on it before you cook it. It's great.
What's the other drink I was thinking of? Oh, Cayaprinia. Love them.
What the heck is that? I've never even heard of that. That's a made-up drink.
No, it's Brazilian.
What are you, Brazilian now? What are you, some sort of Brazilian drink expert now?
I mean, it's a great drink, Cayaprinia. It's Brazil's national cocktail made with cachaca, sugar, and lime.
Cachaca.
It's kind of like a mojito with cachaca.
Isn't that the word you're not supposed to say in Ace Ventura 2?
Oh, I don't know.
Cachaca. Don't you remember that? Come on.
Oh, Alan says tahini is great. Surprisingly good on watermelon. I've heard that.
Yeah, it is good on watermelon. Tahine's a really interesting flavor enhancer.
But right after that, me and Marley went somewhere, and I was drinking Palomas, and they had tahini on them, and I can't remember where we were at now. Oh, we were in Texas.
Wasn't she? Of course, it would be in Texas. Yeah, for sure.
We were in Texas.
Wasn't she saying Tajin?
I don't remember.
Oh, it was ridiculous. I know that. Everybody knows the J's and H.
The only thing I remember about that whole night was those whoever brought the gyros. I think it was Easy.
And David. David was cooking them, but Easy brought it. Yeah.
Whatever. They were phenomenal.
Oh, really? I never even had one.
Oh, speaking of that, Snarf recommends.
Yes.
I went. Oh, boy, I'm not going to remember the name of the place though.
How are you not going to remember? How can you recommend a place and not know what it's called? When were you traveling?
Okay, I went to Naperville recently.
Yes.
Sounds like there's a jet. Is that my dryer exploding?
Hope not. I thought it was the heat coming on.
Okay. We went to Naperville and we went to this Greek order at a counter, Greek. It's called a Greek street food restaurant.
Okay.
And it was amazing. And I'm trying to remember the name of it. You can talk. I'll find it.
Okay. David said she was pronouncing it Tihan. Tihan is how she was saying it. But he also said it's sold. Tahine is sold as a fruit seasoning in Aldi.
Oh, okay. It's called Apollos Greek Street Food.
Did you tell me about this?
I don't think so.
I don't think you did.
It was amazing. The food was amazing.
Okay.
Everybody that works there is Greek.
That's
barely
good.
Speaks English.
I wouldn't want a Polish man making me Greek food.
Apollos Greek Street Food, and it is in. I don't know if the address is Naperville.
Was it a truck?
It's in Lyle. Truck? It's in Lyle. No, it's in a strip mall.
Oh.
Highly recommend it if you're in Lyle. If you got to go to.
So what'd you get?
I can't remember what it was called, but it was basically like a pita on the bottom, like a pita sandwich.
Yeah.
Kind of like a gyro sandwich instead of a gyro.
Okay. So like a quesadilla?
And fried in like a not fried, like pressed in like a panini press.
Oh yeah,
it was awesome. And the fries were amazing.
What's all with Greek food? Like, what is it? Olives?
Yeah, there's olives. I mean, Greek food is like I grew up going to Greek town in Chicago, so a lot of Greek food, a lot of like lamb.
Yeah,
is big in Greek food, like braised lamb shanks.
A lot of pita bread.
Octopus.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of seafood. It's Mediterranean, right?
Sure.
A lot of like grape leaves wrapped.
Oh yeah, that little like meatball or like meat thing.
All different kinds of things wrapped in grape leaves. But Greek street food obviously is like, you know, your gyros, stuff like that. Donor kebabs.
A donair.
Lamb shanks are good, CJ said.
I love lamb. A lot of people don't. You know, I've noticed a lot of people our parents' age, like my dad. A lot of people my dad's age that I've talked to hate it. Don't eat it.
I think that it's my favorite meat.
I don't know why.
Like my favorite meat in general is duck. But
yes.
I would consider that poultry.
Duck is
my favorite. Was lamb red meat? Yeah, I guess. My favorite red meat is lamb. Even more than beef, I think.
It's not mine. It's not better than beef, I don't think. But I've had lamb that has been better than beef. You know what I mean? Like at that time. But overall, my ranking would still be beef first, and then lamb. A lamb leg, man, is so good.
Oh yeah,
it's just so.
And in Greek,
good.
You get them braised in like a red sauce. It's kind of like an osso buco kind of thing,
right? Just with a smaller hunk of meat instead of oxtail.
Amazing.
Can't use a sheep tail.
David said lamb got a bad reputation after World War II because soldiers were sold mutton.
Yeah, mutton wasn't the greatest dish.
Turk says, I'm treading on some thin ice.
You don't like lamb?
He's a big time cattle farmer.
Yeah, I know.
I do love I love beef too.
Listen, Chris's opinion of lamb and beef isn't going to affect your
your bottom line.
Yeah, your bottom line with your cattle, anyways. So you can just let.
Let's talk about beef then. What's the best steak?
What's the best steak? I mean, a ribeye.
Yeah, absolutely. And it pisses me off that people don't believe, like a lot of people don't think that.
I don't know why you wouldn't. The industry, like the fancy restaurant industry, pushed the filet for a long time because it was soft.
I mean, I like a filet.
Fillets are good, you know, but when it comes to like flavor and just, I don't know, like richness of meat, because you get all the fat with it, like the intramuscular fat with a ribeye that you don't get in a filet, it just destroys a filet when it comes to flavor to me.
Let's not even talk about fillets though. A lot of people's favorite is a like
T-bone.
No, what's the other most popular? Strip steak.
Strip steak, yeah, New York strip.
New York strip. A lot of people will go and they'll order a New York strip, and I'm just like, why are you ordering
Whoever
that?
orders that?
That's terrible.
People do that?
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. Please don't do that. Honestly, like I was going to say, I'd say like a ribeye is the best for me, but then I love like skirt steaks, flank steaks.
David said skirt steaks. Skirt steaks are great.
I love them so much.
Yeah, but you know that's different because you're seasoning them differently, or even like brining them, or not brining, but
Alan said the situation depends. Situation dependent. I don't agree.
What's the situation dependent upon?
What situation would make you not want to eat a ribeye, or make you eat a strip rather than a ribeye?
Yeah,
I don't feel like that's a thing, unless they had like I had these little filet medallions one time that I ordered from a restaurant, and they were great. They had different toppings on them, like blue cheese and like different things. And I did order that over a ribeye because I wanted something different, and they were really, really good.
It's not enough food,
but it was. I mean, it was like 6 ounces, 7 ounces at the time.
Not enough.
Well, it was for me, Chris. I'm a smaller man.
Carne Asada is one of my favorite.
Yes.
I mean, I get that a lot. I finally at Mexican restaurants now, like local places, I started ordering that instead of like, you know, enchiladas or burrito or
right. Oh yeah, Carne Asada blows that stuff away.
At the place in Coal City, El Patron.
Yeah.
Snarf recommends. El Patron Coal
Not the one in Morris, though.
No, we're not. We're going to talk about that.
Okay.
They have a skirt steak type deal, or no, it's actually I think it's a ribeye, but it's a real thin cut. Every Mexican restaurant cuts its stuff so thin.
So thin.
But they got like a ribeye, but then it comes with bacon wrapped shrimp.
Yum.
2 skewers, the whole thing. It's phenomenal. But I ordered the same thing. They opened a new restaurant in Morris.
Yeah. Well, and that place used to be a Mexican restaurant.
Snarf does not recommend.
Really?
I don't like to talk bad about any place because I want everybody to be successful.
Yeah.
But I did not have a good experience there. I'll give it another shot. Because I
think
do love El Patron in Coal City.
Yeah, I think you need to give it another shot. You got to go at least twice to really get the feel of how it's going to be. And really, I would say space it out over a month or two. I wouldn't go right back right away.
No.
I'd give it a couple months and then go back and try it again, see if it...
We ordered the kids each ordered chicken strips and French fries, which I get it. You're at a Mexican restaurant. Don't order that. But they did. And they got a plate of French fries with 1 chicken strip in the middle. But like a chicken nugget size chicken.
Really?
Smaller than a McDonald's chicken nugget in the center of the plate. And Cash is like, what?
What is this?
So we told the guy, we're like, this is not it, right? And he's like, oh, I don't know. He didn't really say anything, and they brought back more. It was a bad experience, but I'll give him another shot. They just opened. David said, Carne skirt. Wait, I'm missing stuff. 6 ounces and as an appetizer. I agree. I don't know how you're eating 6 ounces. And
I don't know how many it
Dirk
was.
said my
It was
10-year-old daughter eats a 12-ounce
It was
ribeye.
like small little fillets that were on the plate. I don't remember how many they were.
Dirk, I hope you're not going to a restaurant and ordering your kid a 12-ounce ribeye.
That's just showing off.
Because
you're wealthy.
My kid's not getting that.
Yeah, right. So literally just this afternoon or like this evening for dinner, it was just me and Grant, and we went to dinner, and he's like, I want a steak. He's like, I want a small steak, and I was like, they don't have any small steaks here, man. I'm not getting you like a 12-ounce hunk of meat. Yeah, hunk of meat that you're gonna eat about 3 ounces off of and want French fries with it. It's just not gonna happen. So we got a bacon cheeseburger instead.
Nice.
Solid play.
David said New York strip is the big side of the T-bone. It's beefier with more texture. Disagree. Ribeye is more tender but has less flavor. Disagree.
See, I do disagree with that. I don't feel like it has less flavor. A ribeye does not have less flavor to me.
I can see the strip being, I guess you could qualify it as more beefy.
Yeah, because there's less fat in it, really.
It's chewier, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
Anyway, enough about beef.
I guess. You sure?
Depends on the occasion. Usually make her get a sirloin. That's fine.
Yeah, sirloin. That's what. So Grant was talking because anytime we went to Turtles, they have a kid's sirloin.
Yeah.
And he always gets the kid's sirloin there, and he loves it. We were at a different restaurant tonight. Snarf recommends Sherwood Oaks. Yeah.
Sherwood Oaks. I ate breakfast there this week.
Listen, I hadn't been there from the remodel, and you've been preaching about it, saying how great it was after the remodel and everything. And I hadn't been there since then. So prior to the remodel, I was not really a fan of their food. I thought it was boring. I've been there a couple times now and love it.
Yeah. They missed the opportunity to call it Sherwood Forest and have like Robin Hood
Robin
themes.
Hood stuff, yeah.
But that's fine.
Yeah, and steal your money.
I just thought that would be cool.
No, it was great. That was really great. Grant loved his burger. I'm a big fan of that now.
Yeah.
Big fan of that place. Anyway, so yeah, if you want to do Sober October with us, that's what we're doing now.
Yeah, all you got to do, I guess, record your weight. I guess we'll let you do it tomorrow morning.
Yeah, record your weight and post it publicly on our Facebook page.
Does the winner get anything? Oh, what were we gonna do? Oh, that's what we're gonna do. We're all gonna go to a Mexican restaurant and get silly on margaritas.
Yeah, afterwards.
On November 1st.
Well, and November 3rd, we're going to see Kevin Smith, so we're going to have a great time.
Nice.
We can eat whatever we want.
There's nothing better than a good margarita buzz. You realize
yeah.
You get like giddy.
Yeah.
You're silly, you know?
You get silly, yes. I would agree with that. I'm not necessarily giddy.
But it's like a happy
I'm always happy when I'm
I feel
drunk,
like it's
usually.
the same thing with wine, except for the next day when you drink wine, you feel like death.
See, I am not a fan of getting drunk on wine at all. I think I've done it twice in my life, and
why are we not doing top 10 alcoholic drinks since we're doing Sober October? That's what we should have done.
Should do.
We sat here for 15 minutes trying to think of a top 10 to do. We couldn't think of one.
We did.
If you
we
guys are
wanted to give
listening,
you guys
please give us a list so we can do these in future episodes because we cannot think of any more top 10s.
I mean, we've done a lot of top 10s, and we've thought of all of our favorite things and done the top 10s. If you guys write some stuff down in the comments, we'll write them down and see what we can do because we need some fresh ideas here. I'm not an idea machine, okay? I can't just keep pumping all these things out for you, Chris.
We can do like a ranker list of top 10 alcoholic drinks.
Okay.
Something interesting to me.
Something. Well, can I go through the news first?
The best cocktails ever mixed. That's it. We're going to talk about that.
The best cocktails ever mixed.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
But you can do your news, and then we'll do that.
Yeah, it's just a couple things. It's nothing big. We'll get into it real quick. So I already talked about Sober October.
Okay, stop. David's, again, he's bagging on me here.
What?
The guy who hates Cracker Barrel gimmicks wants to go to a Robin Hood-themed family-style dinner. Yeah, I do. I never said I had a problem with themed dinners. I like to go to the Paul Bunyan place in Wisconsin Dells.
Absolutely.
I have a great time there.
Mm-hmm. KFC, that's a gimmick.
Cracker Barrel is...
Kentucky Colonel.
Is that a gimmick? I do love KFC.
I know. It seems like a gimmick. The Kentucky Colonel thing, you know? And then like the Colonel fries chicken.
I don't think that it's a gimmick. He's talking more like a theme.
I know.
And Cracker Barrel's got like an old-timey theme. I don't know. Cracker Barrel just sucks.
It doesn't suck. I don't agree with you.
But continue.
Where was I at here? Oh, big news that I think you'll care about. I don't know if anybody else does. I do too, because we enjoyed the very first season of this show. But Mighty Ducks Game Changers Season 2 is streaming on Disney as of today.
I was very surprised how good the first season of that show was.
I know. I just saw that it was streaming today, and it like made my heart happy. I literally saw it, and I was like, oh.
It's good family entertainment.
I love that show. It was really good last year.
I agree.
At first, I thought it was going to be a little shaky, but man, it turned out really fun.
I'll for sure watch that.
I'm going to start tonight as soon as we're done recording this.
Well, I can't do that because I'm so far behind on other stuff. But
yeah, well, I don't care. I'm gonna.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch the entire season and tell you about it.
I'm buying you a Big God shirt ASAP. Is that no? Answer me right now. Is that a real thing, or are you making that up?
Right.
Because
I did not see that.
I feel like he's making that up, but if that is a real thing, then will you get on the bandwagon of hating Cracker Barrel?
I won't necessarily get on. No, I still won't get on the bandwagon of hating it because I still enjoy their breakfast.
They took the wonderfulness of Big Dog.
Yeah, I get it.
And ruined it with evangelical Christianity.
But what do you care about that for? Because you don't even have to walk through there.
Because I want to walk around in my life and laugh at Big Dog shirts. I want to laugh at Big Johnson shirts.
You don't want to walk through the shop. So what do you care?
They force you to walk through the shop.
No, they don't.
They force you to walk through that shop.
No, they don't.
You have to.
You can walk through just the checkout.
It's
the
through the shop. That's through the shop.
All of the shop is to your right. You don't have to go. You don't have to turn right and walk through all of the stuff and then come back and go get your table. You literally walk straight to the hostess and go get your table
through the store.
Only through a small section of it. It's literally just a hallway or like a pathway. It's not through the store.
It is.
It's next to the store.
It's through the store. Go ahead.
But I just have never seen that aspect of the like stuff, the God aspect of it.
That's amazing to me because that's what it all is, most of it.
I don't think so. I've only looked at the toys.
Okay.
Like, what are you looking at? You don't look at the toys?
You know, it's just like Bibles and stuff.
It's definitely not.
Yeah, they got a whole section of Bibles.
Well, they might. I just have never noticed it because I'm looking at the toys. And like the planes you can put together, those styrofoam planes come in a bag.
Yeah, they do have those.
They got those. They got whoopee cushions.
The Prodigy All Son Returns.
y'all, like Southern. Like instead of prodigal son, it's like prodigal.
I wonder if that's real.
Son. I don't think it is. I definitely don't think it is.
Okay.
So yeah, that's still about the whole Mighty Ducks thing that's happening.
No.
And then my last little announcement is a huge one, and that's Deadpool 3.
Oh yeah, Deadpool 3. They put the teaser out.
Yes, there's like 2 teasers that they put out.
Can we spoil it for people?
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
All right, it's very.
If
short.
you haven't seen it by now, I mean, it's been all over news and stuff, big time. Go ahead, you can say it.
No, it's just that they did the teaser. It's Ryan Reynolds basically sitting there and talking about Deadpool 3's first Marvel movie.
Yeah,
and he just shouts in the background like, "Hey, Hugh, you want to be in it?" to Hugh Jackman. And he's just like eating a bowl of cereal or something.
He was eating. He put something in his mouth and started walking up the stairs. And he was like, "Yeah." But before that, he was saying, he's like, "I want to make it the best movie that I can because it's the first Marvel or the first Deadpool movie that is in the Marvel universe." He's like, and I was just trying to think up of everything I can. He's like, in completely blank. He's like, nothing up here, dead inside. He's like, can't think of anything. He's like, so? And that's when Hugh started walking in the back. He's like, so, Hugh, you want to be in the movie? And he's like,
how
yeah,
much
sure.
do they pay Hugh Jackman to come back as Wolverine?
I don't know.
Because he said multiple times that would never happen again. And actually, I'm not sure if it's a great idea because they should be rebooting that franchise.
To be honest, they probably will after this. And I bet you Ryan Reynolds and him were talking about this a long time ago because of the end of Deadpool 2.
Yeah, and they're buddies, right? They're always doing stuff together. They're always doing commercials and stuff
commercials where they're fighting each other back and forth over aviation gin and different stuff.
Yeah, because he's got coffee, right? Hugh Jackman's
got something.
It's coffee, I think. He sells coffee, and then Ryan Reynolds is like a gin billionaire.
Right. Big time. But is at the end of Deadpool 2 when he literally he kills his old Deadpool, the old Wade guy, and then comes in, says, "Hi, just me. How you doing?" And then, leaves. I think they've been talking about it since then.
Yeah, probably.
Keeping it a secret.
I don't know. I'm interested to see how they're going to go with it, but I'm excited.
So then they released another teaser, and they literally tell you, I don't know if you've seen this one.
No.
But it's Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds sitting on a couch together in the same room, which, by the way, the house that they're sitting in and the stairway that they're sitting in is in Logan.
Oh.
It's in the movie Logan, and it's the one where he comes back to the farmhouse and the clone of himself is coming down the stairs and they have to fight each other. Like that's the set of stairs in the house that he's in.
Huh.
Crazy. But they sit there and they start saying Hugh's like, it's like, yes, we get it. How do you bring Logan back? Because he died at the end of Logan. Spoilers.
That's way in the future.
Well, they're talking about it, and he's like, so we've came up with an idea on how to get it back, and all of a sudden they start playing a song. I can't remember what song it is, but they start playing a song over them talking, and it's just them talking and doing hand gestures and him stabbing Ryan Reynolds in the head, and they're reenacting this big scene on how they bring him back, and then the song stops, and they're like, so that's how we're gonna do it. It's gonna be really great. It was like a minute and a half, and then it ends. You're like, what the hell? They just are throwing things out to get people's attention, but it's not coming out until they put a date on it as September 24th or September of 2024.
Yeah, it's a long time from
That's a long time.
David's pulling all kinds of big God sayings out.
Is he?
I wonder if these. I can't. He can't. They must be real. You must be looking them up.
Choose the bread of life, or you'll be toast. Big God.
Need an ark? Know a guy. I know a guy.
I get it. Noah's Ark, Chris.
Yeah.
You get that?
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right. What else you got for news?
That's it. That's the only little things I had.
Sweet. Let's talk about the best cocktails of all time.
The best cocktails ever made.
Do we got time to do this?
Oh, yeah. We're at an hour.
What?
Yeah, 1 hour.
Okay. Where do you want me to start? Because
it's not. We'll just start.
There's 100 of them.
Oh, start at 99.
Start at oh, that's too many to do. I'm gonna start at 50. Quickly.
You ever seen this Up water?
Yeah, it's Casey's.
Made by Casey's.
Casey's Smart Water ripoff.
Yeah, it's got electrolytes in it.
That's bullshit. You realize that, right? The whole electrolyte thing.
I'm not buying it for that. I just wanted a water. And I like to support Casey's.
Number 50, it's a slippery nipple.
What are the ingredients of that? I've heard of it before.
I don't know. Peach schnapps and some.
Oh, they don't have it
milky,
listed?
No.
Oh, that's a stupid list. Why would you not tell us how it's made?
We got to go faster because we're starting at 50. So 49 Medora. Let's just start at 20.
Yeah, 25. Do 25.
Okay, 25. Top 25. But we missed so many good drinks.
Well, sorry, it didn't make the list.
They would make my list.
Apparently, there's better.
Because, like, number 36 is Dark and Stormy. Those are delicious.
I have no idea what that is.
It's ginger beer and how do you make a Dark and Stormy?
Is that like a black and tan?
No.
Black and blue?
It's that certain kind
Blue
of black
on
spiced
black.
rum that you have to use, and
I hate
ginger
rum
beer
so much. Maybe if it was mixed, I'd like it, but rum itself is just not something
it's
I
basically
want.
a Moscow Mule, but with black rum instead of vodka.
Oh, that's sounds terrible.
Gosling's Black Seal rum. You have to use it. It's great. It's a great drink. Anyway, that's 36. Fuzzy Navel, Hurricane.
I haven't had a lot of these drinks.
Okay. Cayaprinia is number 27. Let's start at 25.
Yes.
The Bellini.
Like a peach Bellini?
Don't know. That's dumb. 24. Lemon Drop.
Lemon drop.
What are they doing?
That's like a shot, isn't it?
23. Yeah, it's a shot. 23. Sex on the Beach. I've never had one.
Neither have I. I think it's just something people say.
Yeah.
That they want to say.
22. A Tom Collins.
Nice Tom Collins.
Is that a guy, like a real person, do you think?
I think so. Was he a singer?
Gin, lemon juice, sugar, and club soda. That'd be good.
Gin, lemon juice. What in club soda?
Sugar.
Sugars? Oh.
21. Irish coffee.
Oh, yeah.
20. They got a Manhattan at 20.
That's
silly.
tomfoolery.
Manhattan's one of my favorite drinks.
It is one of the greatest drinks ever made.
But a lot of people, simple.
A lot of people don't like whiskey, though.
It's just basically whiskey with a couple cherries.
Yeah.
And some
not bitters, but there's something else in there.
Yeah, there's the
sugar.
A dash of you don't even
isn't there like
vermouth.
Vermouth. Isn't
it
there
vermouth?
a sugar cube that's in that, or is that in an old fashioned?
I don't think there's a sugar cube. I think you wash the glass out. There might be some bitters in there too. Anyway,
Whatever.
Number 19, Bloody Mary. Disagree. I hate them. I hate Bloody Marys.
You hate Bloody Marys? Yeah, you don't like tomatoes.
I'm not a Bloody Mary guy.
I'm not a huge fan. I will drink them on special occasions. You know, basically, I don't know.
This is kind of a problematic because this is making me want to drink, and we're starting Sober October.
Yeah, I know. But going to a bar at Cornfest and me being around wouldn't be a problem. You're silly.
I never want to go to a bar in my life. Like, I hate going to bars.
I didn't ask if you liked it. I'm saying like that wouldn't provoke you to drink.
No, because I wouldn't be there.
Would. Yes, you would.
Number 18. This should be way higher. White Russian. It's one of the best drinks of all time.
They're all right. It wasn't anything that I've liked to drink a lot.
Number 17, Martini.
You know, you could get me in the mood for a martini, but I've had some that were really terrible.
I don't like martinis at all.
David's a martini guy.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And that's where I've had him is with David. Because I like olives a lot. So you throw a little olive juice in there, and I love it.
Dirk says this is an awful start to Sober October.
We're not drinking, though.
Manhattan has sweet vermouth. A dry martini has dry vermouth. A dirty martini has olive juice. And old fashioned has a sugar cube.
Ah, that's what it is. I knew one of them whiskey drinks had a
But the
sugar
Manhattan,
cube in
you
it.
just basically wash the glass out in vermouth. You kind of put a little shot in there and swish it around. And
Oh, you do?
dump it. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
That's how you're supposed
Well,
to.
you're a regular, mixologist.
I know how to make a Manhattan.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember the ingredients.
I don't know the ingredients, but I can make a mean Manhattan, man.
I have never had a martini I've liked. So,
Really?
no. 16, cranberry vodka. That's lame.
Yeah.
Number 15, sangria.
Sangria is pretty good.
I've had some good sangrias.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I've had some real bad sangrias.
Yep.
So how do you know?
I mean,
I like
the good ones.
White sangria. Those are good.
They're just saying, like, those people that made the ones that you think are bad, I mean, that's just their fault.
Right.
The drink itself is good.
Yeah, I mean, I like
when made properly, which would be for anything.
I like a sangria. It's wine basically with fruit juice and it's like Sprite, right?
I think so. I like it better than just wine.
Not me.
I do. I mean, I'll drink wine. Just not my favorite.
Sangria. Number 14, Tequila Sunrise. That's not a good drink either.
I've never had a Sunrise.
Oh, I've had them. I think it's got orange juice in it.
So is it like a screwdriver?
I hate orange juice. Yeah, but with like...
How do you hate regular orange juice? Like,
I don't like orange juice.
Oh my gosh, Chris. Who are you? Are you a communist?
I didn't know people liked orange juice.
I love orange juice so much.
What's the like?
With pulp.
What's the like?
The flavor, everything about it. It makes me feel like I've given myself a vitamin C shot and I can beat all, illnesses because it keeps you from getting sick, just like eating an apple.
Okay.
That's why.
Most orange juice is super old. 5 years old.
I don't think it's that old.
It's old, dude. Orange juice lasts forever.
Not unless you put something in it.
Huge vats of orange juice in Florida.
Right, but they have to put some sort of stabilizer in it for it to not go bad.
Same thing with maple syrup. It lasts forever. They have huge vats of it in Canada. It's like so they got 10-year-old maple syrup up there.
That's kind of like honey, though, right?
Yeah.
Honey lasts literally forever.
It's sugar. It's straight sugar.
Right. So I can see that with maple syrup, but orange juice does not on its own. They Tropicana is making it last forever with an additive.
I don't know. I've heard that there's some 10-year-old orange juice out there.
I'm sure there is. I'm saying they're adding something to it to preserve it.
David said Rob McElhenney.
Yeah, love him.
Again. Has a 32. By the way, news. They just announced November season 3 of Mythic Quest on Apple.
Really?
Great show.
Yeah, it's a great show.
It's phenomenal. Has a 32-ounce Manhattan every evening and tells people only gets one drink a night. I hope that's true. I don't think it is.
I don't think it's true all the time because that dude is jacked.
Jacked and productive.
Very productive.
Too productive to be drinking 32-ounce Manhattans every night.
Yeah.
That's a lot of Manhattan. What's a normal Manhattan? Probably 10 ounces?
I don't even think it's that much. I think it's
normally,
6.
Normally it's probably yeah, you're right. It's not much.
No, it's in a little tumbler glass this big.
Couple shots, yeah.
Right, which would be 2 ounces. And then what else? A couple big shots. So
4 ounces?
Right. You're getting maybe 5 or 6 ounces of actual liquid.
Where was I? What was I doing? Oh, okay. Number 13, a Mai Tai. Never had one.
I've never had one either. I hear people talk about it.
I don't like these tropical drinks being so high on the list. Here's a good one. Number 12. This should be way higher. Good old-fashioned gin and tonic.
Yeah, I can drink a gin and tonic.
You can't beat a refreshing.
But I've never been a huge gin fan. And it all stems off of being tricked.
But gin and tonics are so refreshing, on a summer day.
Are they?
Oh, yeah. Because tonic, it's got lime.
Yeah.
It's very bright.
Yes, I can see that.
But anyway, what were you tricked about?
it was on my bachelor party, actually, and everybody took a shot of water, but they gave me a shot of gin.
Shots of gin aren't great.
And I didn't know it was going to be gin. I like tequila, so that's what I assumed it was going to be. But it was gin, and it immediately made me throw up.
Gin, like tequila, bad gin is not good. Good gin is good. It's certain things don't really make that big of a difference, but certain things do. Jose Cuervo's terrible.
Yeah.
But Corralejos or Cazadores or Don Julio is very drinkable.
Yes.
Same thing with gin.
Patron's good.
Patron's okay.
It's middle of the road.
You know, Patron was owned by Paul Mitchell,
No,
the
really?
hair guy.
Yeah, the hair guy.
Yeah, and all the girls that went to the Paul Mitchell School of Cosmetology, he would bring them out to Las Vegas to a convention where they would pimp Patron.
You say this so like flat. Like
It's true because I know it to be a fact.
that's really strange. Like the girls that would be in the school,
Yeah.
he forced them to go like try to sell Patron.
Schools, it's a huge school. I mean,
Yeah, it's
Marley went
huge.
to Paul Mitchell School.
Did she have to go pimp Patron
I think so.
in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Wow. How come I didn't get a bottle?
David says whiskey and cola needs to be very high on the list. Well, let's see. Next one after gin. Number 11, rum and coke.
Number 11 is a rum and coke. I mean, that's fine. I'm not a rum guy though. That's why.
I'm not a rum guy. I did have this one rum once from Old Sugar Distillery in Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And they made a rum called Queen Jenny. Mm-hmm. And it tasted like whiskey, which is why I liked it.
Well, that's interesting.
It was rum, but it tasted like whiskey. So the difference is rum is made from sugarcane, right?
Yes.
Or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. It's funny that they're making rum to taste like whiskey. They're like, listen, we don't want this to taste like it's supposed to, so we're going to trick you and make it taste like something else.
I agree. It's deceiving.
It's weird.
Number 10 is, you know what? Actually, now I'm thinking about it. Queen Jenny was their whiskey. Cain and Abel was their rum, but it tasted like whiskey.
There's the gimmick.
Number 10 is a terrible drink, a screwdriver.
I don't think that's terrible.
But they are classic. I mean, people drink screwdrivers. That's a thing.
Absolutely.
Number 9, whiskey sour.
That's good.
Yeah. I don't know how to make it, but
You just put some sour in it.
sweet and sour
Yeah.
sauce,
Yeah.
like
A
from
little dash of
McDonald's.
anywhere.
I would drink that. I have drinks McDonald's sweet and sour. It's the greatest sauce in the world.
I don't know the greatest sauce in the world.
They have some sauces, man. They got that. They
the
got
greatest sauce.
picante.
Listen, the greatest sauce in the world is a hollandaise sauce. So
Okay, that's good too. Number 8, Moscow Mule.
those are good.
They are good. That's a relative.
That's
like,
another refreshing drink.
newbie. Like
It is.
I wasn't aware of them until later in life.
So a couple days ago.
No, I mean, I don't remember Moscow Mules being a thing like when I was in college.
No, they weren't. They were not.
It's been since then.
It's been in the last 5 years.
Maybe longer than 5 years. Probably
think
like
so?
10 years. Yeah.
Even 10.
Marley
whatever.
makes a Moscow Mule like a really good one.
I think she's made me one before.
It's like her.
It's her shtick. It's a party trick she has.
David said, I prefer spiced rum with root beer over cola. That sounds delightful.
Really good, actually. Yeah.
Root beer, it goes really well with vanilla vodka, too.
It does?
It's like a root beer float. It's amazing. Dirk says, number 1 is Crown and water, and by water I mean ice. I'm going to tell you what right now. I'm not a Crown fan.
You keep saying things that just hurt me.
I don't like Crown.
I like Crown.
No, I'm a bourbon guy. I like bourbon.
See, I like Canadian whiskeys.
I like bourbon. I like Jameson.
I like rye whiskeys as well.
I like
Love a
rye
good
whiskey.
rye.
That's good too. But yeah, I'm not a huge Canadian whiskey fan.
Man, Seagram 7, give me that all day. Canadian Club,
Oh my
I'll
god,
drink
that's
that.
garbage. The only thing worse than Canadian Club is Canadian Mist.
yes. They all come in the big plastic bottles.
Number 7 is Give Me 2 Pina Coladas.
I'm not a fan.
How can you not be a fan of a pina colada?
I don't like it.
They're delicious, but it's like a milkshake, basically.
Yeah, and it's not bringing any boys to my yard. I can tell you that much.
Number 6 is an old fashioned.
Is number 6. It didn't even crack the top 5.
I like an old fashioned, not as much as a Manhattan. Old fashions, I will admit, can be a little overdone.
Yeah, they can be overdone, but the drink itself, if it's done right, I like a lot.
I don't like all the fancy variations on old fashions. That's what you get in like hipstery places.
Well,
just make an old fashioned. I do enjoy them when they're done right. We had some really good old fashions recently at Bash in Ottawa, or I did. I don't know if you had one.
I did. I had 2, and they were very good, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
I forgot
you know
that
who
we
makes
even
a
went
good?
there.
If you're local, Snarf
We need to do that
recommends
again.
a great. We can't drink.
Oh shit! That's right.
If you want a good bar, and I know I don't like bars, but there's one I can tolerate in Morris. So this is a Snarf recommends. Okay. I like the place Montage. They make a good Manhattan, good old fashioned.
I thought that was just like a wine bar.
No, they make whiskey drinks too.
Oh, that's a fancy place.
Yeah, I mean it's not that fancy.
It's expensive too.
Is it? I'm always drunk.
Probably not for you.
I'm always drunk when I'm there. I don't know.
It is a nice place though.
Root beer and rum chata? Nah, not for me. I don't like rum
sound...
chata. I don't like cinnamon toast crunch. David says, we went to Door County for Labor Day, and I had a couple of dynamite old fashions. Seems like everybody up there has a recipe for them. That's the thing. Everybody's got a recipe for them. Just make one.
Yeah, make the correct one.
Make the drink.
The one that it started it all.
Orange peel, some muddled sugar.
Yep.
What else is in there? A cherry?
Yeah, David will tell us.
Yeah. Number 5, a daiquiri. I can't even tell you the last time I've had a daiquiri.
No.
That's a dumb one.
Why does anybody drink a daiquiri? And it's that's the 5th one over an old fashioned.
Number 4
is
another terrible one. It's Long Island iced tea.
I tell you what, I used to drink Long Island's.
Isn't it just an excuse to dump every liquor
into
a glass?
Every single liquor. The first time I ever had one, though, I watched them make it, and I was like, I'm going to spit this out. Like, it cannot be good.
It does taste good,
It is so good. I don't understand how they do it. And who figured that out? Because they really do dump like 9 different liquors into a glass. And they're like, here you go.
Right?
In a little splash.
Yeah.
Like literally a topper. It's crazy.
I remember drinking Long Island iced teas at Hula Hands in Champaign for, what is the place? Homecoming one year. We went after I was out of college. And and they were like in the big like glasses.
Big
glasses.
The big ones.
Maybe they were
pint
give you
glasses,
a tall I don't know, but I'm telling you what, I'd probably drink like 15 of them.
Oh, you were dead. You died after that.
I mean, I was fine, but
I used to drink them a lot. I haven't had one of them in a really long time, and I won't for at least 30 more days.
Bitters, yeah, there's bitters in an old fashioned. Number 3, mimosa.
Mimosa.
I like a good mimosa.
Mimosas can be fine.
And I know that doesn't make sense since I don't like orange juice.
It doesn't make sense at all. And I think you're lying about the orange juice thing just to be, just for a hot take.
I think the champagne cuts it quite a bit.
It does. The acidity. Do you just not like the acidity of it?
I don't know.
Same with tomatoes. Tomatoes are acidic too, and you don't like that.
It's been a long time since I've drank orange juice.
Here's my problem.
Maybe I do like it, Terry.
When I get orange juice, for some reason, I have to chug it all.
You know how much sugar is in orange juice? It's obscene.
I don't care.
I mean, you should.
Why do you always act like that? You can eat absolute terrible garbage food, and you're always worried about how much sugar's in something when you consume just as much sugar as anybody else.
No, I don't. I really watch sugar because I'm afraid of the beaties.
You could get it other ways than just sugar.
But that's the main way you get it is by consuming a lot of sugar.
No, the main way you get it is from your insulin resistance.
Because you're eating a lot of sugar and it's spiking your blood sugar.
It's all carbohydrates. It doesn't just mean sugar.
I understand that.
You don't.
No, I do. Because I follow the Blood Sugar King on TikTok, Jerry.
Okay. So do I.
I know exactly about it.
Yeah, then you would know carbohydrates play into this as well.
Yeah, I watch my carbs too.
Really?
Yes, for the most part.
Just ate half a Jack's Pizza the other day. Dude, and a hot dog.
That's not my normal diet.
And a hot dog. Oh, and a Hershey's bar?
All right, David.
Come on.
All right.
Come on, Walter. What's his name? Brimley?
Dirk says, not so bad. Your pancreas quits working. You know what?
It's not so bad. Who needs a pancreas anyways?
No, Dirk has got the beatus, so he. It's probably I probably offended him. Sorry.
You got to watch that tongue.
Yeah. Number 2, Margarita.
I mean, I don't see that as a number 2, but it is a great drink.
It is. I mean,
it is a phenomenal. It's definitely top 5.
I don't like all of them.
No,
nobody likes all of them. There's a hierarchy of how good they are. Like have you gone to a classy establishment and had a real margarita, like a made one?
I don't know.
Because they're a million times better
than
the garbage you get from like Lemex.
Right.
Comes out of a machine. And Lamex's margaritas are
Are
actually
good.
pretty good.
Those are pretty good.
And so is El Patron's.
Like just the regular margarita, like the yellow. It's like the classic yellow Gatorade to me.
But if somebody makes a real margarita at like a high end, like if you go to like Rick Bayless's restaurant,
So what
you know
is?
Rick Bayless?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
If you go to like his place in Chicago and get a real margarita,
Yeah.
it's good.
Really? That's Skip Bayless's brother.
Really? Mm-hmm. I had some good margaritas once. There's a really nice Mexican restaurant at Epcot.
Oh my god. Okay. It
La
could be.
Hacienda de San Angel. It's not the cheesy one, like La Mexi one that's inside the pyramid. There's one like out on the water. It's pretty good.
So what is in a margarita mix? Because all I've seen it labeled as is like margarita mix.
David,
what is it? You know, like
well, it's sweet and sour, so I'm guessing
there's limes involved.
Well, a margarita you would make with fresh limes.
But is it like a simple syrup base?
There's simple syrup for sure.
And then you add the lime juice and other juices? It's got to be just all based on
how to make a fresh margarita.
Citrus juice, right?
1 ounce orange liqueur, Controy, Grand Marnier, or Triple Sec. Freshly squeezed lime juice.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured I nailed that one.
Tequila.
Right.
That's it. That's it. Orange liqueur, fresh squeezed lime juice, and tequila. That's how you make a margarita.
That seems...
So Grand Marnier, fresh squeezed lime, and tequila. You're also welcome to add agave, kosher salt, additional lime wedges.
I love the salt involved.
See, it's
with
a simple recipe.
Listen, I'm obsessed with salt in my everyday life anyways, so if you can have that with a drink, I'm in.
Yeah.
Just sucking on that rock salt.
I hate salted rims of margaritas.
You got to remind me because I want to name this episode Sucking on Rock Salt.
Okay. I always get my margaritas no salt. I don't like it.
Everything about you tonight is just ridiculous. I hate it.
I don't like salt on a margarita.
All the opposite.
It ruins the flavor.
No, it doesn't. It balances it.
No.
You get the sweet and the salt and like the tangy.
What do you feel about the sugar rim
Man.
glasses?
No, not a sugar guy.
Me neither.
I know. I've heard.
Number 1 is Mojito.
I've never had a mojito.
Oh, yeah. So when I was in college, I bought a mojito making kit.
Of course you did. But that's
In
the
my
number
house,
one drink.
Listen, let me finish the story. So we go out on making these mojitos all night long, have a little party.
All night long.
All night.
All night.
Whatever. Drank too many of them.
Of course.
Had a great time.
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning, and the whole floor is just a sticky, disgusting mess because you got to like muddle limes and sugar.
Yeah.
And there's like, you got to make simple syrup. Like, it's a whole process.
Yeah.
And I bought this kit that had the glasses, had like the little bat thing.
So you were just spilling simple syrup all over the floor.
Pretty much, yeah.
But even if you just spilled the drink.
That's the first time I had mojitos. And the first time I had a Manhattan was also in college, same house. My roommates and I decided it would be fun to make Manhattans. So we bought all the ingredients, made Manhattans, put on our suits, and watched The Godfather. And smoked cigars.
You put on suits?
Yes.
Yeah, triple sec, lime juice, tequila sweeteners. The mix is just full of sugar. Ha ha! You're getting killed with sugar with a margarita.
You want to class it up? Don't use triple sec. Use Grand Marnier.
Grand Marnier, huh?
Yeah. Agave syrup would just add sweetness like simple syrup. I agree. You don't need it. You don't want that stuff in a real, that's what I'm saying, these real homemade ones.
Right.
They're not sweet. They're sour and tequila. They're delicious.
So back to the mojito. Doesn't it have like mint in it?
Yeah, mint.
You got to put a mint leaf on top?
No. You muddle it.
Oh, you muddle the mint.
The sugar and mint.
A lot of muddling with these drinks.
Sugar and mint in the bottom, muddled.
Listen, I don't want to drink muddling in my business. Okay?
Why?
I want to muddle in their business.
That's what you do. You're muddling in there.
Oh, okay.
So you muddle that together, and then I think there's rum in a mojito.
I have no idea. That doesn't sound right.
Doesn't sound right, does it?
No. Pretty sure it's not rum.
This is the problem. See,
Is it gin?
It's definitely not gin. It's definitely got to be rum because it's a Caribbean drink.
It is like Caribbean, but I don't know what's in a Caribbean drink.
Rum, mint, lime, sugar, club soda. That's it.
Maybe they're good, but I don't know a lot of people that are drinking mojitos around here.
I would drink it. Listen, maybe we should have mojitos. No, we should do the margaritas.
Definitely margaritas first, but I'm down for a mojito night at some point.
This is what we're gonna do for the November with the cocktail thing. We're gonna pick cocktails and make them and drink them, and not drink 12 beers.
I agree.
This
is a great idea.
We're gonna drink some mojitos. We're gonna drink some.
We're gonna sit here and we're gonna muddle the shit out of these drinks in front of you.
A pina colada, maybe a Long Island iced tea, maybe a whiskey sour.
Yeah.
Remember when amaretto stone sours were popular?
Huge.
When I was in college, that has orange juice in it, right?
Yes.
Amaretto, orange juice, and
orange juice, and then some sort of sour.
I'm telling you what.
Yeah, I remember my grandparents talking about that. My grandma always saying, "I like a nice amaretto stone sour."
They're not good.
Amaretto is not good.
No.
I don't enjoy it. For some reason, I had a bottle of amaretto in my house for a long time.
You know what is not on this list that I would put on the list? An Irish car bomb. Love them.
Irish car bombs are good.
Probably one of my favorite things.
Yeah. They are pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm not normally like a Guinness fan.
That's what I'm missing in my life these days is like Irish pubs.
Yeah.
With Irish music. I love Irish folk music.
Oh, yeah.
And Irish car bombs, the whole 9 yards.
Just being Irish.
Just that experience. Like when, if you ever get a chance to go to the east coast of Canada, like Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, you definitely should do it.
Really?
And there's lots of like Irishy pubs and Irish bands in every pub playing, and it's amazing.
Why were you up there?
I went there
for East Coast
vacation one time when I was, a wee lad.
Yeah. Potatoes. I don't know why I thought of that. I do know why I thought of it. It's because, the Irish. They like potatoes.
We flew my dad's plane when I was in high school.
You flew? Yeah. You did that all the time. Like whenever you went on a trip.
No. That was one big trip we took in the plane. We went twice to Canada.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We flew up to Ontario, to Ottawa.
Yeah.
And then it was Busker Fest. That was awesome.
Really?
And then we went to...
Just a bunch of people on the streets busking.
Yeah, it was amazing. And then we went to Quebec City.
Quebec.
Saw the fort.
That's how you say it in French.
And then we went to Prince Edward Island. Dude, we went to a potato museum.
Are you serious?
Mojito is white rum. Oh, like, what's the white rum? That's Bacardi.
Listen, I don't know why everything has to be about color with you guys. I think we need to stop that.
See, if you just pour the whiskey on the ice, there's nothing to mess up. That's true. Have a nice grasshopper. I've had grasshoppers. Don't care for them. Mint julep is a mojito with bourbon. Amaretto has one use lunchbox. Man, we just talked about David lunchboxes because I completely forgot that was a thing. I completely forgot about them. That was like a huge deal.
It was a huge deal.
Disappeared.
But the problem for me was that I've never been good at like chugging things. And with a lunchbox, everybody just chugs the whole thing down.
That's got orange juice in it too.
It does.
Terrible.
You love it.
I didn't like.
You actually like orange juice.
No, I don't.
You're just.
Well, I never liked lunchboxes, and I'm also not a big fan of chugging things. But like, Irish car bombs are the one thing I can do.
Freaking hate orange juice, but every single mixed drink that I drink has orange juice in it.
Do you think lunchboxes are a thing other places?
Probably not.
Is that like a made up thing around here?
Now I know like in Ireland they do a lot of like shots dropped into beer, but like mixing a drink like that, I don't think so.
Developed in the late 1990s at Edna's in Oklahoma City, the lunchbox has become the city's most beloved drink.
Old Edna getting down. She got bored one day.
All right,
she's like, you know what?
A true lunchbox is just a shot of amaretto dropped into beer.
That's it?
Oh, maybe not. Hold on. No, I'm wrong. Okay, a true lunchbox, amaretto, orange juice, and Coors beer.
Coors beer, which is different. Coors beer is a little sweeter than...
Coors Light. No, it has to be Coors Light.
Yeah, Coors Light, too, is sweeter
sweeter
than other light beers, so that could definitely change it. But it's just amaretto dropped into Coors Light. So there's no orange juice involved at all.
David says, let's see what he's going to criticize me about now. Lunchboxes are still a thing. You are 38 years old. A correctly made lunchbox has roughly 0.2 ounces of orange juice.
Well,
what does me being 38 years old have to do with anything in that statement?
I have no idea. It's like, yeah, they're still a thing. You're 5'11" and you don't even know. All right.
So, are you trying to tell me that you are in with the young crowd, so you know?
Oh yeah, he is.
That it's still a thing, David.
It's because he gets with
36 years old.
He gets with the college people at these shows, it's pig shows, and finds out, the cultural zeitgeist of the college.
That's where the most current pop culture is happening. Is at pig shows?
I think so. I think that's where it's all going down. All them jackpot series shows that he goes to.
Jackpot.
That's where he's finding this stuff out at. All right, we're going to move on. We got to move on to see what we've been watching.
I guess
unless you don't want to.
Sure.
Have you even watched anything?
Not much, but I did watch. I started watching the new season of Lego Masters.
I knew you were going to say that. You know what?
You did? Why?
Yeah, because I saw that it was coming out, and I don't like it.
You don't like Lego Masters?
Not really. I find it boring.
You're crazy. It's great.
I just find it kind of boring. And you can say this about the show that I just started watching today to catch up on that just came out, the 43rd season of Survivor.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. David said chugging 12-ounce drinks in a local bar is a thing for younger people and not for people our age. It's not a thing for us. It's a thing for people who are 22. I don't know how you would even know that.
But that's why, that's what we're asking. How do you even know that that's still a thing for those people? That a lunchbox is still a thing that they would drink? Do they even know about that?
I don't even think I've been to a bar that a 22-year-old is at in 20 years.
Yeah.
Or 10 years. So, and I don't think David has either.
Well, I saw some last night when I was at Cornfest last night.
You saw a lunchbox?
No, young kids. Like very young people that I was like, man.
You're too young.
Yeah. It's like, that's weird. They looked way too young, but they're drinking.
Out!
Yeah. I literally felt like an old man, even though we're not old by any means. It's just weird to see how young you are at 21 and 22. This is why
I would rather go to Montage.
Yeah, I see that.
And not go to Ebby's.
Also, well, I didn't go to Ebby's by any means, but I'm not going there. You've also became this, like, rickety old man that wants fancy establishments. I
like to be pampered.
Yeah. You do like to be pampered, don't you?
Yeah.
You like sit there and they like take care of your toes and feet, get a pedicure.
Never had one, but I would think I'd enjoy it.
I've never had one.
I want to do the thing where you put your feet in the water and the fish eat all your skin.
Yeah.
That looks amazing to me.
You had that happen at Coal City Area Club.
That's true. Yeah.
The fish were eating your skin. I'm very ticklish. So I don't know if I could have anybody touch my feet without me involuntarily punching them right square in the head.
Even a fish?
No, like people. Like when you get a pedicure, there's a person still there going to like scrub your foot.
I think it's context. I don't think that you would be ticklish in the scenario when somebody's doing something to your feet.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
I hope not, because I've got one scheduled
tomorrow.
Should
we get pedicures?
I think we should. Snarf Dog Road Trip, pedicures.
Right. I'm into that. Before we do the pedicures, though, I still want to do the float tank.
Oh, we did talk about that, like the sensory deprivation.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like salt water and you just like float in it for an hour.
I want to go there.
Where are those at?
They're everywhere.
They are?
Yeah.
You got one in the market?
No. I thought about it, though. I really did.
Really?
Yes. I looked into the franchise.
I mean, I think it's cool.
That's why I wanted to go, because I'm like, I got to check this out, see if this is something that I want to open.
Yeah, I've watched videos of people doing it, and when they come out, it's like it's weird seeing them because they're just like, wow,
naked,
like very naked and very relaxed. It's very soft, if you know what I mean.
And they're peeing in there probably.
Oh, everybody pees in there because you're
that's so gross.
You're so relaxed.
I think they change the water every time.
You have to.
No, they don't change the water. They filter it. But can you filter pee out of water?
Of course you can. It's ammonia.
Can you?
Yes, you can.
Without filtering out all the salt?
Oh, I don't know about that. They must have to re-add salt.
Seems like they go through a lot of salt.
Listen, you can't pee into a Mr. Coffee and expect taster's choice. Okay? It's one of my favorite quotes from Dana Carvey.
Yeah.
When he talks about Waterworld. You know, because they pee in like a filter system and drink it as water.
Yeah.
So you can. It's been proven by Kevin Costner in Waterworld.
Yeah.
He had gills.
Taster's choice is garbage.
Yeah. But in the 90s, it was a thing.
Yeah. All right. Continue. Lego Masters. Is that what we were talking about?
You were, yeah.
Oh, it's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Good family entertainment. You should watch it.
I think the same thing about Survivor. And I also...
Oh, yeah, Survivor. No, Survivor's garbage. That is not family entertainment. That is
Why?
not a kid-friendly show.
How is it not?
Dude, that is not a kid-friendly show.
They don't curse at all.
No kid would be interested in Survivor.
Yes, they are. Grady watches it with me.
They're
doing competitions and stuff all the time. It's fun to watch.
Okay.
Kids are very into the show because actually this season 43 is like,
all kids?
No.
Lord of the Flies style?
No, they were just asking all of them like when they got into Survivor, and every one of them was like, when I was like 10. I was like 10. Been watching it with my family. Everybody says that.
Okay.
It's a family show. Next one that just came out that you also probably don't like, but I really enjoy and I'm obsessed with, and I know it's garbage television, but I love it. Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, I love Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, new season just came out.
But I didn't record it and I haven't been watching it.
On Thursday, the very first episode came out.
Where can I watch it?
It's on Fox 32, but I've got YouTube TV and it just records it for me.
Oh, okay.
Don't you have a dish? You still got dish, don't you?
Yeah, I got to figure it out. I love Hell's Kitchen, though. I love anything Gordon Ramsay.
I know.
I'm
so
a huge fan.
So
I watch cooking videos all the time of Gordon Ramsay, and I love his cooking. I know I'm going to get
we were talking
guff
about
from
this.
David, but I love it because it's so simple.
Yeah.
And like you can watch something. You cannot be able to do something yourself. You can watch his tutorial on how to do something. It is the simplest way you could possibly do it, and if you do it that way, it's perfect.
It comes out perfect.
I don't understand it, but it's awesome.
I know, and we were talking about it not too long ago in a text message you sent me about how his timing is just like absolutely perfect.
What was he making on that one? It was a Texas...
I don't remember what you were...
It was steak and eggs.
But it's like...
But I remember I sent you the video of him making Texas-style steak and eggs.
And it's putting the eggs in the pan and then going over to do something else, and they still come out like perfect, even though they've been sitting in the pan for what seems like way too long. Because either... obviously, I have a pan way too hot because they would overcook.
I think that was skirt steak, by the way.
It was, yes. It was. Because skirt steak would be probably my second favorite.
Skirt steak's great.
But...
Is that where you make arrachera from?
No. I think that's the picanha. That's a different cut.
Okay. No, it's skirt steak. It is.
I don't even know how to say that word. It's like how they spell it. It's like picanha.
The skirt steak, or arrachera, is a long strip of meat that comes off the inside of the ribs.
There you go. Yeah,
hey,
so
Vic.
he just said a yes, Harf.
About what?
I don't know. Just said yes, Harf with an exclamation point. Where was I at? Yeah, Hell's Kitchen. So yeah, that's another thing. Do you have any more?
Oh no, the only things I haven't watched that much, but I did watch the standard fare for me right now.
I have one other. Have you? You need to start, if you haven't already, start watching Welcome to Wrexham.
I've recorded every episode. I have not started watching it yet. But I'm super excited to watch it.
An absolute joy to watch Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds just be around each other and how they are around other people. And it honestly feels like a Ted Lasso type environment with them.
I'm sure it does.
It's weird where like how real Ted Lasso is for that sporting community, because watching those guys play football in Wrexham is crazy. Like they've got it nailed down. That's what made me realize that Ted Lasso has that environment and like how they all act and what they do. They've got it nailed down perfectly, because it literally felt like being in the same locker room with a lot of these guys. But it shows you also like how they rebuild this team. It's just really neat to see like inside baseball on a sport that I know nothing about, but find it pretty interesting. Because those two also make it
very entertaining.
Really entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, I'm jazzed. My mom has been watching it. She's been telling me to watch it. She really likes it.
Yeah, I didn't think I had brought it up on the show. I think I forgot the last couple times we recorded, but I finally wrote it down, and yeah, everybody should watch it. It's on Hulu. I think it's an FX show, so if you don't have Hulu, you can watch it on FX. But it's really good. I think there's 5 or 6 episodes.
David, the Yes Harf was about the skirt steak being arrachera.
Oh. Dirk Steele, welcome to Wrexham. He's on board with it.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it. I haven't recorded. Just haven't started it because I have been trying to watch. Well, obviously, do you have anything else other than the normal ones?
One more.
Okay, go ahead.
Andor.
Yeah, it's on my list. So I just started watching Andor. I watched the first episode the other night, but I didn't start it till super late.
Oh, fell asleep.
And it's pretty slow.
That episode is.
Okay. It's just that episode?
I think so. Okay. I don't know how you feel about it.
This is not a criticism.
Yeah.
This is not a criticism. I'm going to tell you what I think. I've watched pretty much the whole first episode. It is slow, but I absolutely dig what they're doing. And I can't say enough that it's like the furthest thing from a Star Wars thing.
Right.
It doesn't even have the same type of music. It has like a synth score.
Yeah, it's different. It's completely different. It's just in the same world. And they're doing it on purpose because you're so far removed from what was actually going on.
Yes, I think it's a complete revelation in the Star Wars world.
Yes.
And that's why they made it. And I hope we get more of this type of stuff. But the whole, like, it doesn't even have to be Star Wars.
Well, I mean, it's just telling about what was going on in the universe.
I'm just saying the style is like so different, and I love it.
Yeah,
and it does have a similar vibe to Rogue One. I will say that.
Yes, it does.
But it's even more removed from like the fantasy elements.
Right.
And
right now, because you are, like I said, so far removed from what's actually going on with, like, you know, the Empire and Rebellion and all this stuff. It's like the very beginning of Rebellion.
I think it's amazing that they can make stuff like this in the universe of Star Wars, and I think it's hopefully a clue.
To be able to feel like its own show inside of a Star Wars world.
It's not even like
cool.
Mandalorian was different, and Boba Fett and all these things are different, but they still feel somewhat Star Warsy.
Yeah.
Andor doesn't. It feels like its own thing, and the main thing is like the music. It gets great.
It gets more so its own thing. But I would say, you know, watch the second, third, and fourth. I just watched the fourth one today. You got to watch it.
It's on the top of my list. I mean, I'm actively trying to watch it. I just haven't had a lot of time. And when I did turn it on the other night, I don't remember where it was at, but we got home super late. And
second episode, I'll say, you know, it's still building up to certain aspects, but towards later in the episode, it gets pretty good. And then third episode was awesome. Fourth episode was still very good, just back kind of down from the third one, I would say, action-wise and stuff. But it's a great show. I'm all in on Andor.
Yep, that's my next one. The other two is just basically the same. House of Dragons. Mm-hmm. You want to talk about that one? Yeah,
sure we can. They switched.
They switched actors.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did the time jump. There were some surprises for me, and there's some spoilers here, but like I wasn't expecting King Viserys to still be alive.
I wasn't either at all. When he walked in the room, after she comes up with the baby and he walks in the room and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I definitely thought he was going to be dead. He looked like he was dying.
I did not immediately care for the actor playing Rhaenyra.
I didn't either at first.
But
she's good.
It's growing on me a little. I don't know. The show is, I feel like, dragging a bit.
Yeah, I agree.
I still think it's better than probably most of the Game of Thrones seasons, but it is definitely dragging a bit, and so we'll see where it goes. They just don't seem to be as worried about the big moments like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones ended every episode with a big moment. Every week was a big moment. They're not really doing that. It's fine.
I enjoy the show.
I mean, Matt Smith is really good.
He's so good.
He is like a revelation in this show. This is going to be a big jump for him.
I agree. He's very, very good at it, at what he's doing. But I liked the first 5 episodes. The 6th one, I had a little bit of problems with. I didn't like the queen at all. She's
very unlikable.
Very unlikable, which is on point with what they want.
I don't like
just felt like she was just.
So how many years later are we now? 10 years later, and Sir Kristen is still holding this ridiculous grudge.
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
No man is going to hold a grudge for 10 years because a woman chose to not run away from being queen.
Yes, exactly.
Like, that's silly. That would never. I mean, none of it would ever happen. But that's not the point.
She just. I also didn't like the fact that the king is still very much alive and very much in charge, and yet she's making all of the decisions and telling everybody what to do.
Well, I mean, that's
over top of
a
him.
Story plot point. I mean, that's part of it.
I know it is. I didn't care for it just because I was like, it's just aggravating because he's like literally sitting there and she's just telling people and making decisions, and like they're sitting around at that round table and she was in charge of like the round table discussion.
Yeah, I think they're trying to like poke it that he is basically like incapacitated.
Yeah, like a puppet at this point.
But what I
a figurehead
disliked most about it was it just seemed to take a lot of story and just kind of like flippantly throw it out.
Yeah.
Like the whole storyline of like her kid's father. I mean, that was just like could have been a big deal. And then they're just like flipping it out. They're like, okay, we're not doing that anymore.
No, it's like, well, he's dead.
This doesn't make any sense. It almost is like I'm complaining about it being slow, but then they chew through all that story immediately.
And so in the 5th episode where he does end up getting killed, like spoilers, but this is going to be spoiler ridden, where he does end up getting killed by the one guy,
his brother.
His brother, yeah, but I'm trying to figure his name out. It's like Laris, I think it's Laris or something like that. And so now you think like, ooh, this is like a big bad, and he's going to be like secretly behind the scenes starting to mess with stuff. Jump ahead 10 years, he doesn't even exist in that episode. Not even around. Like, he does something huge by killing this guy, and the queen finds out.
That was the same episode. That's what I'm saying.
No, I thought that happened in the 5th one.
No. That happens. How many have there been when she's been older?
1.
That's when it happens.
Does it? I thought it happened in the 5th one, and then
he's the father of her children.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so that does happen all in that one.
And I like that dude.
Okay.
That dude seemed legit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Seemed like a good father.
He seemed like a really good dad. Yeah. Then he decides to leave, all from hitting one other guard.
Again. It was
King's
Sir
Watch.
Kristen again.
Yeah, of the King's Watch. Like, why?
I don't know. It's maybe we'll just chalk that one up to a bad episode.
A frustrating episode. Yeah. Rings of Power, on the other hand.
Okay, then we're talking about Lord of the Rings. Interesting that also slow.
Yeah, that it has been very slow up until the last 2 episodes.
But the last 2 episodes, well, I would say for sure. Which one was the last one? Was the last one the one where they finally catch the bad guy?
Yes.
Or was that 2 ago?
No, that was this last one.
Okay,
number
well,
6.
that one was awesome, and finally get to see some big action set pieces. I don't know.
Huge
This
action.
show just continues to amaze. I think. I mean, honestly, the score, the look of it.
Yeah.
the storylines that they're doing, I'm totally fine being mired down into the minutia.
Yeah.
And I don't need big pushes of story forward.
I don't think I do either. Yeah.
Living in this universe and just letting it happen.
Yes.
And I did like all of that. The last episode was basically all action.
Yeah, it was all the orcs coming into that town, and all the riders from Numenor coming eventually.
I think they missed some opportunities
Which was really cool.
Use practical effects over CGI.
Sure.
That was one of the great things about the Lord of the Rings movies, is that there wasn't as much or nearly as much CGI compared to the Hobbit movies, which were very CGI. Cartoonishly so. This used both, but there were a couple CGI scenes that I thought were...
Which ones? Because I didn't feel like any were too bad.
So when... what's the elf's name? I can't remember his name.
I can't either, and I've been trying to think of it because I wanted to talk about him too.
When he's fighting that guy that almost kills him,
yeah.
Isn't that CGI?
No.
No? That'll work?
The orc?
It's like a big orc.
Yeah, no, it's not CGI at all.
Maybe I'm wrong.
That's the scene I was going to talk about, how I liked it so much, actually.
Yeah, it was great.
Because, so the whole fight goes on, and when he's stabbing him and all that, like, blood's dripping on his face, like, you feel it. Like, you're like, oh my gosh. Like,
dude, yeah, it was heavy.
This is happening. And then, obviously he died. The CGI part was at the end when she stabs him through the head or neck or whatever. That was CGI, obviously.
So when the riders of Numenor come through,
yeah,
amazing.
Yeah,
like that whole scene, and you're really like looking at them like these guys are legit.
Well, but before that, you're sitting in that building, and you're like, they are screwed.
But they do a good job of making the Numenorians seem like bigger than
better than men.
Better than men.
Yeah,
which they're not. They are just men, but they're.
But they were like raised by elves, or like they come from.
No, I guess they're like descended from elves. So
the elves started Numenor, and then man took over because the elves left, right?
No, not what happened. So Elrond and his brother,
yes,
were both half elf, half human, and they somehow had a decision whether they wanted to be elves or human. So Elrond becomes an elf, and his brother becomes a man, and he forms Numenor. After those section of men help defeat Morgoth,
yeah,
the Valor give them Numenor as like a prize, which is basically like Atlantis.
Yes.
And since they have elvish blood, that's why they live like 200-300 years compared to normal men.
Right.
That live 100.
Gotcha.
So they're really not, they are probably heal better. They live longer. They're probably stronger, quicker than maybe the men of the South, like Halbrand's men.
Right, absolutely.
At least that's my understanding.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, when they come riding in, all of that was amazing. And honestly, like they
look like the riders of Rohan.
Absolutely, they do.
I think that's maybe on purpose, but
I would assume it is, kind of, seeing as how
I love Isildur's dad.
He's really great.
Yeah, he's great.
I liked the little trickery at the end of the show, or I guess it would be in the middle, but then you figure it out at the end, where he puts the sword in the stone, sword in the stone, and the whole water thing. I like it. I don't know where it's going to go from here, but.
And I don't care. Like at first, I'm like, we got to get through more story, and then this episode happens, and you go like, oh, they don't even care about that story.
No,
they're just like doing whatever.
Well, it's all about her trying to find the orcs and find Sauron, but
then you realize you're like, that's not
the main story, really.
Well, I
mean it is.
It is, but and I don't care. The negativity against the chick elf. What's her name?
Galadriel.
Yeah. The negativity.
What's the negativity with her? I think she's great.
That she's like a hollow, wooden, like not emotive actress.
But that's not the character.
I understand it's not the character. I understand the critiques. I mean, it does take you out of it a bit. She's like her acting.
Yeah.
But I think she's great. I like her. I like every character. There's almost nobody I dislike except for the chick. The one that's like the head of the The one that's in love with the elf dude.
The one that's in love with the elf dude. Oh, you don't like her?
No, I can't stand her.
Why?
Or her kid. I don't like him either.
Oh no, I don't have a problem with them at all. That's why can't I remember her name? She was in she's been in a bunch of shows, but I think she was in Doctor Who.
Really?
Mm-hmm. She was in a Doctor Who, I thought.
I don't think so.
She's been in something I watched. I know that. I can't remember if it was a Doctor Who or not, but it was something.
Bronwyn. Her name is Nazanin Bonaidi.
Wow.
That's her name.
That's a mouthful.
She's British, born in Iran, raised in London. She was in Hotel Mumbai, How I Met Your Mother. She was on How I Met Your Mother for a long time.
Huh.
I don't know what you're
I don't remember.
Homeland?
Oh, That's what it is. She's a main character in Homeland.
She's an Iron Man.
I didn't know that.
I don't know what role.
It's Homeland. I remember her from that. She was a source in Iran, actually.
Yeah.
Funny enough. Yeah, it's a great show. I'm into Rings of Power a lot more now after the last 2 episodes for sure. This last one really did it for me where I was like, man, that was freaking cool. And I was like, man, that was a lot better than the Dragons one, House of Dragons.
I will say it has surpassed House of Dragons for me a lot, and Game of Thrones. I mean, I don't even think I would even compare it now. The only comparison I have to this show right now is The Witcher, and The Witcher is still better.
Yes.
The only thing that gives, like, it can't be understated, like, without the Lord of the Rings connection, because this show could exist on its own.
Yeah, I think so.
But without that connection, it probably wouldn't be as good. Like, that does help prop it up a lot, which rightly so.
Which it should. Yeah, it's going to.
But I will say it again and again, I don't care what they do now.
Yeah.
Like, I just want it. It's like Andor.
It is very similar to Andor, now that you say that, because they can do anything in Andor, and I'm going to be all
totally
for
fine
it.
with it.
And
same with The Mandalorian. It's like
Mandalorian can do anything, and I'm totally fine with it. And yeah, now this show can do the same thing because it's got all the right pieces. It's got all the right things, and it's all set up correctly to where you should love it.
Well, I think that they're doing a really good job of like keeping the mystery going. But I think the great thing about the last one was like, oh, okay, so what we all thought was going on here, it isn't.
Yeah. Like
this is, there is that going on.
But it's completely changed now.
Yeah.
After the last episode, everything's gonna it's turned on its head, seeing as how, I don't know, that whole volcano blew up. What that's gonna change, I don't know.
Right. So anyway, what are we on time?
We're done. 1:59.
Well, until next week.
Yeah. We'll have another one next week, hopefully on our regular scheduled time frame.
Thursday night,
but you never know.
Can have a guest Thursday night.
We can?
Mr. Victor Rexroad's going to be in town.
He needs to come on. He's told us multiple times he was going to come on the show.
He commented last show that he was going to be on the podcast on October 6th.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
So hopefully we record that night. Yeah. But anyway, for Snarf Talk this week, I've been Chris.
I am Jerry.
See ya.